Code to Enhance Learning presents the CEL video series for creating apps in Thunkable. Through this video series, we aim to introduce you to the world of creating your own apps through platforms like Thunkable. Hello everyone, this is Ayush and I'm excited to see you all today. As you all know, I love coding and I am a regular participant at CEL Hackathon. I will be your host for today.
Welcome to the 10th episode of the series Indian Snack Shop. We will do this video in two parts. The first where we will design our app and the next where we will code our app. In the last episode, we learned how to build a mole mash game. We have iterated a number of times that games are fun and they have cognitive benefits too. Indian Snack Shop app is a fun game that simulates a local business. You get to serve customers with Indian snacks. The more you serve, the more points you get. This app will also help you to understand how key and value pairs work. Today, we will make a game serving food in an Indian snack shop. Let us look at the demo of the app. In the second screen, we will have a timer. So when we go to that screen, I want you to closely observe the timer. It will count backwards 30 seconds and the moment the timer reaches 0, the game will get over. Let's start now. Our shop is now open and I am going to click the check order button. So I have an order. I am going to dispatch the order. As you will see, the timer is already counting down. I got a point. I'm going to check the next order. So each time I dispatch, I get a point. The time is up and I got a total of 3 points. You will see that the high score is showing 7. This is because I already played the game before and I scored 7 points. That score is already recorded in my game. Now, this recording of high score at a device level is called persistent data storage, and we will see how to code this in our game. Now, let us play the game again. I am going to check my order. Vada and sambar. This time I am going to serve vada and green chutney. You see, the order failed. So it is not about serving the order quickly. It is also about serving the right order. So I scored 3 points. And again, as you see, the high score shows 7. The moment you get points more than 7, the high score will change. This is how your game should work. Let us start by designing the prototype of the app. Before making it in Thunkable, we will create a draft in a notebook. In screen 1, I have used the button which will start my game. In screen 2, I have used labels to add the time and score in my game. I have used the canvas component in which I will be adding my sprites. I have used a button to check and dispatch orders. In screen 3, I have used labels to show the score and high score. I have used a button to play the game again. This brings us to task 1. Pause here and create a prototype of the Indian Snack Shop app screens in your notebook. You can build on the idea that is shown to you by adding features of your own. After making the draft, I have designed the app like this in Thunkable. Let us look at this in detail. Before we start designing, since we are going to have a lot of images in this project, it is a good idea to upload all the assets first into a project so that we can choose them in the respective screens. You can click here on the left hand side and you will see that I have uploaded all the assets needed for the project. These files are provided in the resources section in the video description. Once you have uploaded all the assets, we will start coding the project. So, for screen 1, I have changed the screen background color to blue and I have added a button which I have named as Start Game. Now we'll go to screen 2. In screen 2, I have already added labels for the score and time and renamed the components. I have also added a button called the check order button. Now I will show you how to add the canvas and the sprites as they are the most important part of the project. I go back to the designer and I'm going to drag the canvas component to the screen and adjust its size. Then I click on stage. Here, for the background picture of the canvas, I am going to select the file which is called background game. The picture has come into our background. I am going to stretch this picture to cover the entire screen. After this, I need to add my sprites. For this, I will go and first delete the default sprite type and then add a new sprite type. This sprite type is going to hold all the food items in my shop. I am going to rename the sprite type to food items. Next, I will add images to the sprite type. First, I will add images of the chutneys and sambar. Then I will add a plate. Next, I will add the idli, vada and samosa. Now to create the food sprites, I am going to drag the sprite type and place it on the stage. Now I've got a samosa. Similarly, I am going to arrange all the 7 sprites on stage. After I add all my food items, my shop looks like this. Next, I will rename these food items. After I rename the food items, it's going to look like this. Now, I will create the next sprite type, which would be for the order, and rename it to order item. Here is where your customer will place the order. Now in this, I have to add the images. Now it's important for you to note the order of these items as I have uploaded, which is samosa first, then vada, then idli. Maintain the same order. Do not change the order as it will impact the project. Now I will create a sprite for this. Now I am going to add the sprite type and resize it. I just need one sprite like this, because the images will be interchanged within the same sprite. I will rename this to call it order. Then I am going to create the next sprite type and rename it to selected item. Now I am going to add my images. I will add selected idli, selected vada and selected samosa. Add the images in the same order in which I am adding, else it will impact the working of the project. In first place I have samosa, then vada, then I have idli. Next To make the sprite, I will drag the sprite type onto the screen. Next, I'm going to create the last sprite type that I need. This is the sprite type called selected chutney. I'm going to add the images. First, I will select green chutney because it is for the idli. The next, I will select sambar, and as the last item, I will select red chutney, which is for the samosa. Next, I will create the sprites. I'm going to drag the sprite type and place it on the stage. I can adjust the size. Currently, I have samosa and red chutney, but these images will change during the course of our project. I am going to rename the sprite to selected chutney. I forgot to rename the previous sprite I created, so I am going to rename it a selected item. That brings us to the end of screen 2. This is how it will look. Now let's go to screen 3. So if you see in screen 3, I just added labels for your score and high score. I've added a button which will help you to play the game again. I have made the screen background color to blue. This ends the designing part of our screens. This brings us to task 2. Create the design of the app in Thunkable as per your prototype. Design the 3 screens, add the canvas element in screen 2, and add sprite type and sprites. With this, we complete the designing of our Indian snack shop app. In the next video, we will be writing codes to make our app work. This is Ayush signing off. Bye.